Real Home Recording Sunday stream. Something I'm going to try to do every week. Next time I'll probably do it earlier. Just couldn't do it earlier today. So we'll see how that light is. I know it's going to be hitting me mostly on the right side, but whatever. Let me adjust it. Okay. It's a little crooked, but that's okay. I'm going to get my other glasses on too. So I have to devise the plan. I have a few things I want to talk about, but I only wrote down 2 so far. So while everybody comes in. So the idea of the Sunday night, the Real Home Recording Sunday stream is to really just, as they say, shoot the beep with me. And I shoot it with you guys about whatever's going on in your life. And that could be audio engineering. It could be, I don't know, working on your car. It could be working on your romantic life. It could be maybe you saw, a cool movie. I don't know. Actually, that's a good point. I want to write that down. Okay. Let me double check that. Oh, that's a big one. I'll wrap up. I think I'll wrap the list up with that. By the way, I don't know if they still sell these or not. I know you can buy them used. GoPro Hero 7. Black 7. Great dashboard camera. Great action camera as well. And I like the GoPro. You can still use your old accessories with the newer stuff. Okay, so let me get started. I think I did announce stuff. Oh, I forgot Chandler. Hold up. Oh, nice. Wow. Okay. Next time I'm considering using my, it's not expensive anymore if you buy it used, but my higher end Sony camera. What's up, everybody? I see 4 people are in here. That's awesome. I'm gonna switch it to slow live chat mode. So if anybody has any questions, again, this is ideally a 2-way conversation, but I just want to open things up with a few topics, a few subjects I want to talk about. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see that behind me, but I'll talk about that later. So let's get this going. So I want to announce, number one, the month of March has been absolutely crazy personally for me. I've had a roller coaster of emotions, a roller coaster of physical feelings. It's like it never ends, and I just want to shout out a warning to people out there, especially people in the United States. The American diet is bad. To put it mildly. And I was, look, it's my own fault for putting stuff in my body that I voluntarily put in there. I have nobody to blame but myself at this point. Fortunately, there's good news. So back in February, all right, let me reverse this to last year. So last year, around this time, I actually weighed about 215 pounds. Okay, for somebody that's my height, that's a lot. That's I think 32 or 33 BMI, and I don't have a lot of muscle mass except in my shoulders and chest. So that's basically fat weight at that point. So what I did last year is I got a local swimming pool membership, and this is around February, like the middle of February. Everything was going good. I actually started losing a few pounds, um, but then we all know what struck. Everything got shut down, including swimming pools, of course. And of course, I was not happy about that, because here I was, a fat guy who, if I even walked, my feet hurt, my ankles hurt, my knee hurt. I say knee because it was only my right knee that was hurting. Um, my best exercise to do was swimming. So my ability to lose weight, not easily, but my ability to lose weight with the least amount of discomfort was taken away from me. However, throughout the course of last year, I was helping volunteer for a couple different political campaigns. I did a lot of what they call street canvassing for one of those campaigns, which is basically where you go around, you hand out literature. If people are in their yards, you might chat with them for a few minutes about the candidate that you support. And through that street canvassing, I lost. I went down from, let's just say I was around 212 when I started in, I'm going to say May. And so May through, well, the canvassing stopped once. All right, I'll just put it this way. For about 3 months, I was walking around at least a mile or two a day. Um, and then I went back just exercising by myself, walking a mile, but not doing anything. And it's kind of sad when you just walk to walk and there's no other purpose behind it. But the purpose is to lose weight. So the renaissance here's the renaissance part. So the things that have been broken and I've been putting off for a long time are fixed or are getting fixed. Number two, and I'm saying this to encourage you guys out there. Number two, if you have a lot of junk just sitting around, and one man's junk is another person's treasure. This monitor back here was sitting in somebody's um, storage container for many months, if not a year or so. And they sold this to me, I think for like $60. I bought it, and I love this monitor. It's a 24-inch, 16 by 9 ratio, 1080p monitor. I love it because all my screen captures are full screen. They have been for a long time now. Actually, I bought this monitor last March, right when everything got shut down. So we had a little contactless exchange. But anyway, my point is, um, losing weight, which unfortunately I shouldn't have put off for so long. So procrastinating is, I would say, my biggest New Year's resolution for 2021. Putting things off is never a good idea. It's just because eventually either things are going to get worse or you're going to have to do it anyway. And your procrastination will pile up, and then all of a sudden you have to do 20 things instead of like 5 things at once. Um, so that's a very positive thing. Very positive thing. Selling things that are just laying around the house or the apartment, that you don't use. But basically, the rule of thumb that I've heard, and I agree with this, if you haven't used something in over a year, you should probably sell it. So I've been selling a decent amount of things, and putting more money in the bank. And let's see. I adapted my business because well, luckily things are coming back a little bit here and there, but the event industry was destroyed. That was where a large part of my income came from. The event industry is still on life support, at least where I live it is. So I had to adapt, and essentially what I do now is something that I was doing years ago, and I don't want to say it out loud so that I have more competition in this arena, but I'll just put it this way. Um, I'm probably one of the best people out there that can do what I do, and I just wish more people would know about it. So you may see some YouTube videos, YouTube advertisements with my face in it one of these days, because I really want to take what I'm doing nationwide, or at least where, you know, people are sending me things in the mail. And I mean, I hope I get a lot more local business, but, you know, I think nationwide is the way to go with something like that. Oh no, the light died. Speaking of putting things off. Now, I didn't test the battery capacity earlier today. I should have. Anyway, and I don't have another light. So anyway, oh, I want to talk about a movie. So movie theaters are opening back up. I don't know if I can buy this movie or if I have to go to a theater, but either way, I might want to go to the theater anyway. So check out this movie. It has, I can't think of his name right now in it, but the movie is called Nobody. And it's a movie about a guy has his house broken into, and basically he gets revenge on bad people. And it looks really cool. There's a trailer up on YouTube right here, and I looked at it earlier, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe a guy who's a good comedian is now a legitimate action movie star. And apparently the reason I heard about that movie was because it is the #1 film this week. Yeah, it even beat out the Godzilla movie. So check that one out if you haven't heard about it. Okay, let's talk about some audio stuff. So behind me, if you can see it, I'll zoom in on it, I guess. That's the calendar. Nope. My mouse wheel's not working. Hold on. Okay. So that thing over there is a Neve equalizer. It's a Neve 1064, which is, to my knowledge, it was the precursor to the Neve 1073. But many people say that the 1064 is the better of the two. It was Neve's best Class A equalizer, according to the people that have used them. So the way I look at it is that's great. I can, you know, use it. I believe there's a few plugins out there. The one that I know that's definitely in is Acoustica Audio Gold. But you can now, on Access Analog, they just hooked up the studio. I don't know where the studio is, but they hooked up a studio, and apparently the vintage Neve equalizers, and they have more than just the 1064. Have you ever heard of Super Unknown by, I'm drawing a blank on the band, Celebrity Skin by Hole, and then there's like one other one. But anyway, these same equalizers were used on those albums. The exact same equalizer that you can now use remotely in the cloud, you can use on your own drums or your own vocals or your own synth pad or whatever it may be. We have these. So, and by the way, here's some other stuff. Ready? So they have an Alltech RS124, which is the Abbey Roads compressed, like basically you heard it on a lot of like really classic rock records, of course the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix. It's just a solid mix compressor. I'm sorry, and when I say mix, I mean like channel compressor. You could use it on the mix bus too, but so that's an Alltech. We also had the Pi limiter. I know a lot of people have wanted to use a real one, and although there are a few plugins out there, it's just not the same. And I've said this over and over again. I think software equalizers are perfectly capable these days, particularly the acoustical audio ones, but compression still is not there. Tube saturation, tapes, this is where hardware still shines, and that's why my latest mixes sound so damn good, and a lot closer to the stuff you hear on the radio, because the last missing link, of course, is the recording equipment. You know, I'm not using U67s. I'm not using, um, I can't think of another one. But, you know, these really expensive microphones that these higher end studios have, and also their microphone preamps. And I mean, that's basically it. So, oh, and also their hardware compressors before it hits the analog to digital converter. But anyway, but the point is, even if you are recording on home studio gear, this hardware, if you can spare the expense, I don't want to sell this to anybody who's it's not in their budget to do, but just like I would recommend to people, if you can afford it, rent guitars, rent guitar amplifiers, rent a drum kit that is better than the one you own if you're going to record your music. It will pay dividends in the end. Again, if it's within your budget, if it's not, then forget everything I'm saying, because I don't want you guys going broke making your art. I want you to be able to make your art and save money. And if you make the money from the art that maybe is not as good, you know, like let's say watercolor painting versus a canvas versus a oil painting, you know, that's kind of what we're with. A palette that's not as expensive, paintbrushes that are not as expensive. I would never knock anybody who does the best they can with the budget that they have. And if that means you're borrowing everything from somebody else and you're, you know, cutting their grass or doing their dishes for them, cleaning their house in order to make it happen, that's awesome, man. I fully support music, which is an art, being made with whatever means you have necessary. But for the people out there who do have a slightly bigger budget, that's why I always recommend these cloud hardware services, because they exist now. They didn't 3 or 4 years ago, and I've taken advantage of them, and I would be greedy if I didn't tell you guys about them. All right. And finally, I want to talk about, and I, of course, don't have it pulled up. Or wait a minute, do I? I do have it pulled up. Okay. Okay. So if you can't see that, which you probably can't, Acoustical Audio Sienna. This is a plugin that essentially makes it easier to mix on headphones. It's not like SonarWorks reference where, you know, it's an analytical measurement of your headphones and then it flattens out things. No, what this does is it adjusts for your headphones, but it essentially simulates an environment. It's very similar to Slate VSX, but instead of having to buy a $480 pair of headphones, you can use the ones that you already own as long as they're supported. And I think they now support like 130 headphone models or something like that. So more than likely your headphones are supported in their software. But anyway, I've really been listening and playing with this for the last, how long has it been out? So basically the day it came out, I've been listening to a ton of music through this plugin, playing with the different parameters, seeing which rooms I like. I haven't really messed with the guru section of it too much. I kind of like the default settings myself, but I wasn't sure whether I was going to buy it or not. And then I kept listening, and I'm like, you know what? This plugin makes sense, because if for some reason I'm asked to go to somebody else's studio, well, I don't know that person's room. I don't know what their speakers are like. Now, of course, the headphone amp in their audio interface is going to be different. But I'm like, man, wouldn't it be nice if I could just have something that I could travel with? Kind of like an API lunchbox where you're traveling with hardware, portable hardware that you can take into any studio. Well, I can carry headphones around, and obviously software can be downloaded. So I'm like, man, although I'm probably still going to buy Slate VSX because the headphones in them are awesome, and because also apparently they're going to be bringing back their $40 a month payment plan. Um, I always like payment plans because number one, it helps establish credit or continue your credit score or make your credit score go higher. Number two, it puts off having to have a huge expense up front, and then let's say that takes away from money you may have saved for a rainy day. If I ever, whenever I buy basically anything over 300, 400, $500, I like to have a payment plan for that purpose. And if I have to just buy it all, and if there's something else I need to buy. So anyway, I think that Sienna is a fundamental plugin, just like I always talk about ARC, I always talk about SonarWorks reference, and that's perfectly fine for the speakers. But for the headphones, if you guys listen to my one mix that I did, I wasn't 100% happy with it. Like, I think that the high end was too much. And the thing about Sienna is that they don't mess with the high end. Like it sounds, I'll just put it this way. Music that is professionally recorded, mixed, and mastered, with the exception of modern music that's brick wall limited to death. So basically stuff from the late 90s and earlier, we'll say. That music, plus I'll say even modern pop music. I think modern pop music is... It doesn't sound as bad as stuff from like the late 2000s and early 2010s. So modern pop or... I already said the rest. But basically that stuff sounds fine through this plugin. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try a mix. And I did a mix through Sienna. And then I, of course, did my normal where I go and listen to it on different speakers. It translated well. But you have to get used to it. You have to pick one or two rooms and speaker combinations and then stick with them. Because it's not gonna, your music's not gonna sound the same every single place you go. And this plugin shows that, by the way. And I purchased the B library, by the way. That's one thing I didn't really like, is that they released the plugin, and Acoustica usually gives you free upgrades, and I'm like, all right, do I really want the B pack? And I'm like, I do. And then when the C pack comes out, I'll get that as well, because that has like automobiles. It'll essentially replace Audified Mix Checker Pro, which I've been happy with, but I think Acoustica does it better. Their rooms sound a little bit more realistic, so I trust them more, and that's about it on that one. So I would recommend checking out Sienna. I believe the intro sale's still going on. So I think I paid $158 for everything. I can't remember. But again, it's a fundamental plugin to have. And I don't know if I'm going to primarily mix on headphones or not, because I still don't like having speakers right near your ears. I think long term that could be damaging to your eardrums. So I think I'll still stick with mixing on my speakers using SonarWorks reference. But as maybe what I'll do is I'll flip back and forth, and if I need to focus on something, I'll switch to Sienna. Maybe I'll mix on headphones for like 15 or 20 minutes and then switch back to the speakers. So anyway, if you guys had any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. If you just wanted to talk about something else, I wanted to also say I have completely switched my diet. That's a big reason. I actually lost 5 pounds this month. So I went from, I don't want to say the numbers, it's personal, but I'll just put it this way. I wasn't losing any weight. I was pretty stable around this one weight range, and it wasn't until I went from, I'll just outright say it. It's embarrassing to admit this. I was eating about 4 meals a day. We'll say 3.5, but 4 meals. Every meal had snacks that I didn't really need to have. So the snacks would be potato chips, hot fries, um, junk, just junk food. I would probably eat at a fast food place every other day. Um, so here's what I've done. I don't know if I'll just put it this way: your local whatever will have salads. Chick-fil-A has actually great salads. Salads with chicken. Wendy's has chicken salads, grilled chicken. By the way, don't get fried chicken. They don't have any. I don't think they have fried chicken salads, but avoid fried anything. Processed foods are poison. Remember that. Processed foods are poison. There's so much sugar. That's another thing. I stopped drinking soda. I stopped drinking Gatorade. I stopped drinking even apple juice. Like that stuff is just loaded with sugar. Arizona iced tea, ginseng, green tea. I'm like, oh, that looks like a good drink to have. I should have looked at the label before I bought it. 44 grams of sugar, which is like 95% of the daily value in one can of iced tea. And I'm not a health nut. I'm not going to ever try to like push this on anybody else, but I just want to just recommend it to people because, I'm dealing with some issues now that were more than likely caused because of my piss poor diet. And I don't like admitting that. Again, I think it's embarrassing, but I let myself go, as it were, and if I can save some other people, I am. So here's what I do now. So for cereal, I have almond milk with multigrain Cheerios. Multigrain Cheerios is like, I think, the best cereal you can eat, besides maybe Raisin Bran. So multigrain Cheerios with yogurt. Sometimes I just eat the multigrain Cheerios. And then for lunch, I'm getting I call it meat salad. So it could be a tuna salad. Wawa, by the way, is where I usually get my stuff. So I either get like a turkey salad, a chicken salad. And by the way, if you don't see turkey salad on their menu, the chef salad is actually, it's a ham and turkey salad. I didn't know that until like a few days ago, because I'm like, where's the damn turkey the turkey bacon, which I don't like the bacon, but I'll eat a little bit of the bacon. But the chef salad has that. Salmon is good. I know some people pronounce it salmon, but the fish, that's good. But I'm telling you, like, basically everything at fast food restaurants is bad. Subway. I eat Subway. I get their spinach wrap, or the red one. I can't remember that one, but I usually get the spinach wrap. Oh, and the Wawa salad, you can customize it, and so I changed the lettuce to spinach. And I'll tell you what, at first you're really tired, because you get what's it called, like sugar withdrawals, I think is the name of it. So because you're so used to eating all this sugar and caffeine and stuff, for like 2 or 3 days, your body's gonna feel like you're gonna feel tired for 3 days, and then it's weird because all these foods that I didn't like the taste of, and that I was like, I have to eat it or I don't want to say I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna be suffering. I don't want to be suffering anymore. So I just did it, man. I did. Oh, and for dinner, I'll usually cook something healthy. Again, vegetables. Obviously, I already said meat. So I'm really trying to only eat red meat. So cheeseburgers, steaks, once a week. So, I don't. Let's put it this way. there are YouTube channels that teach cooking, and they will tell you how to basically make meals that are restaurant quality. I recommend watching them, um, because Mama don't know how to cook like a culinary chef. So so check those out. I was eating, like I said, fast food. Sometimes it was lunch and dinner. But I just wasn't taking care of myself. And the ironic part about all this is I don't smoke. I've never smoked anything in my life, whether it be legal or illegal stuff. I rarely drink alcohol, just because that's just not who I am. And all this, non-usage. I don't want to. There's certain words I can't say here. Um, all this non-usage was for naught because I was poisoning myself with other things. And I was like, back. I'll put it to you guys this way. I wish instead of doctors telling you to eat healthier and exercise, I wish they told you why. And let me tell you the reasons why, because doctors usually won't unless you ask them. Here's why. Your liver. Your liver is connected to so many illnesses, okay? Your gallbladder can cause a lot of illnesses. Your pancreas can cause a lot of illnesses. Your kidneys can cause a lot of illnesses. If you have problems with that stuff, guess what it also affects? Your heart. And it affects everything else in your body because your digestive system is tied to your entire body. So if you are eating the wrong things, it's like you're punching yourself in the gut. And the doctors won't tell, they'll just say, because you don't want to get fat. Well, why not? Why not? Everybody else is fat. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason, and it's liver, esophagus, the stomach itself. There's just so many things that can happen with the digestive system. So that's my story for now. Again, I'm down to 4.5, maybe 5 pounds less than I was March 5th. And I can't wait to get under, into the next weight category. And here's the thing, even with all these changes, even though I was up until yesterday when I apparently, because I'm walking too much, and again, the swimming pools still are not open. I'm sorry for rambling, guys, but this is really important to me right now. I would be swimming in the indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool at my local place, but nope, it's still shut down due to the fucking virus, and I am not happy about that, by the way. So, I'm doing what I can. Today, instead of walking, I forgot to mention. So I don't know if I'm having an infection issue or just my big toenail cut into my nail, and it was bleeding, and I didn't realize it. So of course I'm feeling pain in my entire foot, pain up the lower part of my leg, and I had trouble falling asleep last night because of that. But today I luckily had some Epsom salt. I also had this triple antibiotic ointment, also the brand name for it's Neosporin, but you can get generic stuff. So that seems to be helping with it. Epsom salt is some good stuff. Let me tell you, it's spelled Epsom. Epsom salt. So yeah, that's my story right now. I really hope that what I'm doing will eventually fix my problems, because the problems right now are just annoying. They're not like life-threatening, but yeah. Oh, thank you, Diego. Let me show that shirt. Yeah, let me tell you something funny about this shirt. So, speaking of fast food, so I go into a fast food place, and there's a girl who is, I'm gonna say she's between the ages of 18 to 24. And I'm like, this was like last year, I think, like right before the lockdown started. And I struck up a conversation with her because she's wearing a Nirvana shirt, and I'm like, oh yeah, check out Seether because they have like the best Nirvana covers. They sound basically like Kurt Cobain if you close your eyes, and I thought it was cool. So I actually wear this shirt out sometimes, and people will come up to me and start talking to me, man. You know, like so. I, look, I know, like, you know, it's kind of like dressing like a teenager or somebody in their colleges to be college age to be wearing shirts like this, but whatever. You know what? It's a conversation starter. I actually have another shirt. Let me go get another shirt. Hold on. So this is my latest one, you know. And I have handouts that I have not worn this shirt out in public except once. But nobody approached me. Hold on, let me put it down. As you guys know, I did have the virus in early December, late November, and at this point, from studies that I've read, that there was a new study that came out, and basically it said you're good for at least 8 months, and if you get it again, you know you're going to have even milder symptoms than you did the first time around. So I don't know how much more milder it can be than what I had, but that's great. And the way I figure it, all right, I have 8 months. So what's that going to be like? Uh, July. So I'll be good until July. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm kind of tired of the whole cover up thing. And I found a bunch of articles that are they're legitimate articles that talk about how, you know, I'll just put it like this. Bacterial pneumonia. Bacterial pneumonia is a very real possibility, especially if you are a frontline worker and you have to wear one of these things all day long. By the way, pneumonia killed my friend's sister. And she was only like 32 years old. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if you look at the areas of the United States who, you know, have lifted these mandates, their numbers are continuing to go down. And there's also, I don't know if I can link it below. Let me try to think about this. Every time I put this on social media, you know what? If you go on Gab right now, GAB, Gab is where I could post these without getting the links being destroyed. So if you look for Real Home Recording on Gab, I will post these links that I hand out that I have ready in my back pocket. I have slips of paper that if somebody approaches me and like pulls their camera out, and I'm the, you know, some Karen or Ken pulls out their camera and is like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I'm gonna pull out this list of links, this list of URLs, and say, check these websites out. I'm sorry, I have done research. I am not someone who just follows along with whatever they're putting out there on the satellite media networks. And I mean, just think about it from a common sense standpoint. If things are floating around in the air, do you want something that's going to, like, would you walk around with your mouth mouth covered like this all the time? No, because your hands have all kinds of stuff on it. So if your hands are touching this stuff and then getting whatever was on your hands onto that thing and then it's near your mouth, what do you think is going to happen? So And by the way, as far as the, water droplets or whatever, I think we've proven this with over the wintertime. We could see, you know, what happens. Like, I mean, hey, I tell you what, if they did work, I would wear them. And I did wear them for, let me think. So they mandated it in my state in April. So I wore the dumb things for, I'm gonna say up until January, and then because I'm like, you know what? I already had this. I can't get it again for another few months. At that point, I thought it was 6 months. I'm like, there's no point in me wearing this, other than to make people feel more comfortable. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. So anyway, I made the decision to say to myself, you know what? You legally have the ability to. It's a religious exemption, and my religion, which is my own religion, says that. There you go, on the T-shirt. Where am I living? I am living in a freedom theft hellhole, and I can't wait to get out one day. So, yeah, yeah, music brings people together, Diego. Absolutely. Music brings people together. And actually, I think the more I wear that blue shirt out that I showed you guys earlier, I'll show it again. And then I'm going to get off of here, unless you guys have any other questions or you want me to talk about something. I hope you guys are enjoying this. But anyway, so that's about it on that one. I think, and the reason I say this is I've talked to people in stores, I've talked to them out in the parking lots, and people are fed up with having to wear those things. So a lot of times it takes one person to not go to the back of the bus, and again, because these I can't say the word that I want to say, but we'll just say these untested liquids are being transported into humans' biological material, because that's happening more and more. And look, it's everybody's choice. I would never knock somebody for doing what they think is safe for them, because everybody has their own choice. I think that they need to be made aware of the things that can happen, either short term or long term. And once they've been told that, and it's been made clear, I think at that point they are making their own decision. They are weighing the risk against the benefits. And I would say at that point, cool. Just do not force that shit on me, is all that I ask. Just like I won't force you to wear something, I won't force you to take something. I expect the same in return. I won't force you to, buy a keyboard. I won't force you to buy Acoustical Audio Sienna, But, yeah. That's where I'm at right now in 2021. But I'm telling you, even despite the struggles, I have a positive attitude going forward. I've made some friends along the way, and that certainly helps. So I recommend making friends with good people, and get the bad people out of your life as much as you can. The people that hold you back, because as they say, misery loves company. And I think that for too long there, I was hanging around the wrong people, and I was talking on the phone with the wrong people. And it wasn't until I was talking with some of these people and I was like, hey, let's do this, we could make some money. Those people, they were like, And I'm like, okay. I mean, it seems like the biggest problem that some of my friends had was they didn't have any money, and I wanted to make more. I needed some help last year to help my business adapt, and here I was offering somebody and actually a couple people, and they both turned it down. They'd rather get briberies from the government. We'll call that. So I don't know. I think some people they're happy with good enough. I'm not at this point. I really think I should be in a better place right now, and so I'll just put it this way: if later this year, um, I'm gonna get out of the house that Studio A is in, and maybe there'll be a Studio A too, because I actually like attic acoustics. You know, it's I like attic acoustics. Period. So it's very dusty though. Hold on, I'm gonna double check. Oh, okay, that seems to be it with the questions. I want to thank everybody who came, and I want to thank every. Oh, it felt like an hour, and it's only been 46 minutes. That's okay. So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. If you remember the schedule, it's something like mixing Mondays, tutorial Tuesdays. The idea is I want to basically use either the plugins that I find to be the best ones, the ones that I'm using on my own audio mixes, do a mix or like a little bit of a mix on Mondays. I don't know if that's going to be a live stream, or it's easier to do a live stream. And then I could probably do a really quick tutorial on tutorial Tuesdays. I mean, I'll be honest with you right now, I'm doing things, and I just don't have the time, because right now I have to be the one doing most of the work. I love to get to the point where I can hire somebody either part-time or full-time. I'm just not at that level with my business right now. We'll see somewhere down the line. But again, I've been making strides and changes, and hopefully whatever the F is going on my foot is not major, and I hope whatever's going on with my stomach issues is not major either. I just got test results back from the my doctor, so I got blood drawn, I got an ultrasound, and those actually were good for the most part. There was one area of a little concern, but my doctor said the ultrasound was good, and which I'm kind of like, oh, I'm glad, but at the same time, I really want to know what's causing the pain. What is causing me to feel the way I do? But right now, like I said, it's not life-threatening as far as I know. There's about 2 more tests that I have to do, and hopefully those will reveal what's wrong with me. But in the meantime, eating better, exercising is the best I can do for myself at this point. So, and as basic as that sounds, I mean, it's tough at first. It's tough if you're so used to eating that junk food. It's not easy. And I'll still have a cheat day here and there, or maybe I'll have a little snack, but for the most part, I've really gone from just eating garbage. And by the way, it makes you I'll tell you guys the benefits, and this may be TMI, so you might want to fast forward to this part. Okay, first of all, you feel a lot more energetic, right? And I'll just put it in basic terms. It helps with your xylophone life. Yeah, it helps with that, and I actually wasn't expecting that, and it was a nice side effect. But like I said, I still wish I had a freaking indoor swimming pool that I could swim in. I've looked around, and none of them in my area are open. There's one about 50 minutes away, but I don't feel like driving that every day. I was basically swimming 5 days a week back when I had that membership. And now, well, I think what I'll do is I'll get a membership at the local gym, which is relatively affordable, and use their exercise bike because I can walk, but you know I'm worried that I'm gonna have this problem again with my toes. So I will get on the exercise bike. I'll lose. I want to get down to a certain level, and I think at that point I could probably start walking 1 or 2 miles a day again. Because I'm telling you, it was a struggle. It was a struggle. But as you guys can hear, my lung capacity is huge now. And I used to have to take a breath every like 5 words, 6 words, and now I can keep going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, guys. The American diet. I'm a victim of it. No, I'm a victim of my own choices. And I'll leave it at that. Mask, I'm looking at the shirt. Masks are as effective as the pull-out method, and that is a fucking fact. I looked into it. Some plug-in demo or Reaper scripts can be nice. Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? A plugin company actually contacted me because I opened up my email again to do more reviews and stuff. So the company name is AIX. I think I'm saying that correctly. Sorry I'm saying so much. AIX, that's another one of my New Year's resolutions, is to not do the brain whatever words, I forget what they're called. The words that you use when you don't know what to say, and instead of just pausing, you say them. Like, I don't know what the other ones are, but anyway, there's another one. Anyway, so that's about it, guys. Eat healthy. Be healthy as much as you physically are able to, especially you younger guys. Don't get to the point that I was at and still am at. I got a long ways to go. I will not be back into a healthy weight until next year. And I don't, but I guess the way I figured, if I lose 4 to 6 pounds a month, that means that obviously any weight loss is good as long as you're not starving yourself, which I'm not. You don't have to starve yourself. You just have to eat the right stuff. Bread's another. I don't know how much nutritional value bread has, but I've really got bread out of my diet, and that's helped a hell of a lot. Diet is 80% of weight loss. It's 80% of health, I would say. The other is avoiding injury. But again, like I said, when you put bad food in your system, you're injuring yourself, and I injured myself. Luckily, I'm young enough where my organs supposedly will eventually, after I continue not poisoning myself, will eventually rebuild themselves. So I'm really happy about that. So sorry I haven't looked right into the camera. It's easier for me to think if I'm not looking at basically I can see myself in the camera and I'm like, it's distracting. So anyway, my goals this week, I'm going to clean my headlights off. I want to do the Sienna review. There's that brain fart word again. I guess I'll try to get that commercial done that promotes my business, and then put that on YouTube or put that on Facebook. And also I need to get literature and hand that out as well, because I think that's more effective than advertising in a newspaper. Although I'll just put it this way: once my toe gets better, and I'm hoping it gets better, like within the next 3 days, because I just hate not walking. Like I'm so used to walking, and I'm like when I couldn't walk, I'm like, damn it. So what I'll probably do is get that gym membership. And exercise with my friend. So I'll get the one where you can bring a guest. So I'll exercise with my friend, and then go from there, I guess. So I hope you guys are doing good. I hope I've encouraged you. This is what the Sunday streams are. It's not just audio engineering stuff. It's basically, to me, it's like I kind of get some therapy out of this. The stream is a little selfish. But I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. I'll try to do them a little bit earlier. Or maybe for some of the people over in the UK and Australia, maybe I'll do them like, around, I don't know, like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I don't know. My local time. That's about it. Oh, I should have did the virtual NAM. I don't know why I didn't do that. But yeah. That's about it. I think I'm finished talking, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, go Buccaneers. Oh, wait, why am I saying that? The Super Bowl's been over for like 2 months. All right, see you guys. Thanks for joining. And if you're late coming in, I appreciate a thumbs up if you enjoyed the live stream. And maybe I'll make a highlights video out of this. I don't know. We'll see. I think I just like doing these stream of consciousness things. And that's about it. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else on the agenda. I'll double check. Nope, that's it. So again, in summary, check out Access Analog. They just put a bunch of vintage gear up on their website. Check out Acustica Audio Sienna. Don't poison your body with processed foods. And check out the movie called Nobody with Bob Odenkirk, I believe is his name. The guy from Better Call Saul. That's about it. See ya.